Testes. 1, 2, 3.
Say something. Anything. Test 1, 2, 3. Anything but that.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey there.
I'm going to leave that first part in.
Just testing out the microphone.
Hey, I'm Bradley.
I'm Kate.
And we're the History Buffoons.
Yup.
Thank you for joining us on this gloomy day.
Oh my gosh, it is early in the day, but it does not look like it's early in the day.
It feels like it should be nighttime, honestly.
Like it's 3 o'clock. Full disclosure. It's just after 3.
Yes.
It feels like 5:30, 6 o'clock at this point.
For sure.
Like that's how dark it kind of appears outside. It's really kind of jarring.
It was actually just starting to sprinkle when I got here. So.
And Amos is all like, it's time for me to eat. And we're like, sorry, you got 3 more hours.
He's like, bullshit, look outside. Oh, Amos. So cute. So we don't have anything terribly exciting for beverages today. We're just doing our old standby, which has been Coors Banquet lately.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go back to the
classics.
The classics.
So we also had a miscommunication.
Oh, did we?
In terms of picking up said beer. I got beer, but apparently I got not the right beer. Oh, dear.
Oh, mine too.
I didn't even shake it or nothing. I swears.
I had some Lineys last night and it did the same thing. Maybe it's my fridge.
It could be. Anywho, I've been told we have a little bit longer episode, so let's get into it.
Well, let's go back to what you were talking about.
All right, let's not get into it.
Because I told you to pick a podcast beer, and I was going to pick a podcast wine.
Yes.
And he got Coors and no podcast beer. But that's okay, because now we can drink this as a podcast beer. Coors Banquet.
Like I said, let's get into it.
So,
yeah.
We are going to talk about Dave Kunst.
Dave Kunst, the author?
Is that an author? Oh, Kunst. Is it Kunst? There's no T in it.
The one you're talking about?
The one that you're talking about, the author? I don't think there's a T in it. Kunst?
Now I'm drawing a blank. I thought there was. I could be wrong.
Dave Kunst.
I think you might be right. It might be just Koonz.
No, it is Kontz.
That's what I thought.
Interesting.
That's his name, though, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Dave Kunst, Kunst.
Oh,
yeah, I did not put those two together.
I heard the name.
No, you're right.
Didn't know the spelling, obviously.
Very popular author, yeah.
I'm very smart.
Okay, so Dave Kunst actually walked around the world.
Oh.
So Dave Kunst started in Minnesota in a movie theater. It was 1970, and Dave was about 30 years old, and he worked in like the projection booth of a theater.
Okay.
And his buddy.
What town in Minnesota? Is this where he grew up?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Yes. Waseca.
Oh, sure.
Waseca.
I believe you.
Yeah. So Dave and his buddy Rick, they're working together.
Okay.
Dave contemplating wanting to drive a Jeep across South America.
Oh. And
Rick was just like, you can do something better than that.
I mean, what a kind of a dick. Like,
you do better.
I get like, could you do that better? Maybe. But at the same time, it's like, that's still a pretty big feat.
That's pretty awesome, though. Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's chump change.
Anybody could do that.
Do better, man.
So he says, why not do something truly epic? You've got to do something nobody has ever done before and won't probably be done again. Spoiler alert, it's been done since. But
yeah.
Without missing a beat, Dave rang up his younger brother, John, who was 23, and suggested, let's walk around the entire world.
Okay, continue. I'll ask questions in a minute.
John didn't hesitate. He's like, it was based on like hearing the idea. He's like, it was enough to sell us both. So the two brothers agreed, and they were going to trot around the globe one step at a time.
That's just wild. So when they got to the Bering Sea bridge, was it frozen over for them to get into Russia?
They didn't go that way.
Which way did they go?
They went east.
How'd they get across the Atlantic? You can't walk across water unless you're Jesus Christ.
Well, funny story.
JC?
They flew. They had to fly.
That doesn't count.
Okay, purist.
Purist? He said he walked around the world.
He did, but he did have to take a couple flights. Mm-hmm.
I'm already pissed.
Don't be pissed.
So I was, when I asked you, whatever episode that was, like, what's the depressing level on this? I was trying to work on a depressing level meter. It's still in works.
This is the majority of this story is about a 97% not depressing. But then the 3% is really heavy.
Oh, shit. Is that at the very end?
No.
It's in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Is it because he flew and didn't walk? Anyways.
Don't give it away.
You already did.
Okay, so ordinary life was kind of closing in on Dave. He had a wife, he had 3 young kids, and a steady job in Waseca, Minnesota. Basically small town stability.
Right.
But that life was fairly stifling for him. Lots of people get these ideas. Some people even like come up with really great ideas, Dave said, but most people just say, someday.
Yeah, they have these grandiose ideas, and then it's just like, well, I don't have the money for that now, or whatever. That's the whole carpe diem, seize the day kind of thing. Like, just do it.
Exactly.
Which I commend people for doing that. I've had weird, crazy ideas that of stuff I wanted to do, and I'm like, I just can't fucking afford it.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how they funded this trip.
That happened twice with me.
Yeah.
Once when I went to aesthetic school, I quit work. I just went to school full time.
Right.
And that was such a big leap.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And then I did again with massage therapy, but I kept a job.
You were still working at the time. That's right.
Okay, so they didn't want that to happen to them. So the Kunst, who does? Yeah, the Kunst brothers refused to let someday essentially slip away.
And they're like, today.
Yeah, they saw this walk as like their ticket out of the grind of the typical world.
Which, okay, with that being said, dude's married and has 3 kids?
3 young kids.
Kind of a dick move, man.
Well, that comes up again later.
Kind of a Dave move.
I see what you did there.
Thanks.
So it kind of sounded like an insane idea, but that was part of the whole appeal.
Of course.
As John put it, the younger of the two, this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rise above the normal trivialities of life and do something unique.
Okay.
Okay, if they didn't do it now, when the heck would they do it?
1971?
Yeah. So Dave and John got practical really fast. They drummed up support in town and miraculously secured sponsorship from a local banker. His name was Hal Greenwood.
Really?
So Hal sponsored them.
What is he getting out of it? Just name like, hey, sponsored, brought to you by this guy
who works at this bank.
Yeah, bank here because he gives money away.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Perhaps.
But
even more crucial were some letters that were written for them.
For them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2 heavy hitters in politics. Former Vice President of the United States, Hubert Humphrey.
What the what?
Current Senator of Minnesota.
Okay.
At the time.
Right.
And Senator Walter Mondale, also current senator of the time.
I know that name.
Both of them wrote a letter politely asking folks around the world to extend all possible hospitality and assistance to the Kunst brothers, vouching that Dave and John were men of good character.
So why are we mainly talking about Dave when John went along with this? Because it was Dave's idea?
Yeah, it started with Dave. It'll end with Dave as well.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
Just curious.
So this kind of endorsement opened a lot of doors. Embassies, town mayors, local police in far-reaching places would see these letters with Humphrey's U.S. Senate letterhead and know that these wandering nobodies were just
Wandering nobodies.
They were just wandering nobodies.
They were somebody, if you ask me.
Yeah, they were like the golden ticket to get around the globe. I got the golden ticket.
You know what I have to say about that? Nothing.
So Dave and John decided to give their walk a charitable purpose as well.
Oh.
If they were going to trek across countries, they wanted to try to help others along the way. So they partnered with UNICEF, hoping to raise money for children in need. So UNICEF is the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, which is active currently in over 190 countries.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So as they walked, they'd encourage people they met or who heard about the quest to send donations to UNICEF.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it was kind of a charitable hook that gave their outrageous journey kind of a touch of legitimacy. It wasn't just for themselves, but for the world's kids as well.
Yeah, they put a cause behind it. So, which is nice. So
in planning their route, they'd start at home in Minnesota, head east to New York City on foot, then hop a plane across the Atlantic to Portugal. And then from there, they intended to go through Europe and Asia. They start with Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Greece, Turkey, Iran, Afghanistan, and then they would go to the Soviet Union if possible, and Japan as well.
Okay.
And then they would go to Hawaii and then back to the United States.
And then start from the West Coast back to Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're talking tens of thousands of miles on foot through deserts, mountains, cities, villages, and every kind of terrain and culture imaginable.
How many miles was it in the air?
I don't know.
Oh, you said 10,000 of miles on foot. So
because I'm talking about when they're on foot, not in the air.
Just asking.
Of course, it was all contingent on the entire world cooperating. Visas, weather, wars, politics.
So I assume they had their passports then.
Were passports needed back then in the 70s?
Yeah.
Then they probably did.
Okay. Wow. Passports have been around for quite some time.
And they probably had them.
Okay.
With visas and shit. Okay, so
no MasterCards?
With confidence.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a little naivete.
Yeah.
Dave and John figured they'd handle those hurdles as they came across.
Yeah, just take it as it comes kind of thing, right? I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So if everything went according to plan, they'd be back home in a few years.
Years? Wow. Hey, kids.
Daddy's leaving.
Peace out.
Yep.
I feel bad when I don't see my kids for like a day or two.
Yep.
If that ever happens, if I'm on vacation or whatever it might be, if they're not with. I couldn't imagine being like, hey, Xavier, see you when you're 10.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You missed 3. Okay. Already starting not to like this Dave character.
So one piece of advice from a local woman proved particularly handy. She said, get a mule.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Carry your stuff and loosen the burden on yourselves.
Yeah. And it would distinguish John and Dave as travelers, not hitchhikers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know what's unfortunate? They couldn't hitchhike because they have a mule. Anyways.
So the brothers loved the idea and they acquired a pack mule and gave him the name Willy Make It.
Oh, Jesus.
Willy Make It.
It's kind of like this video I saw about supposedly it was a time traveler, and we all know how shit's made up and whatever. And they tried to pass it off as real, and the guy's name who traveled was Justin Time. Like, seriously, could you make it any more obvious that it's fake?
Yeah.
Anyways, will he make it? Did they just call him Willy?
Mm-hmm. Willy Make It. Yep. So June 20th, 1970, it was actually a rainy day in Owasika. So Dave and John were undeterred. They're like, this is going to be
par for the course.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to come across a lot of fucking weather.
Yeah.
So you can't just like, shit, it's raining. Maybe start tomorrow.
Right.
No.
So they set off from their hometown on foot. A small crowd of their neighbors and stuff gathered, despite the rain, both proud and a little bit confused why they're doing this.
Well, it is a confusing thing.
The town's mayor, Carl Swanson, gave a short speech. He said, "We should be aware that this is something that has never been attempted before in the history of man, and we will be able to say we were there when it started." So Dave's wife, Jan, was also there watching her husband disappear into the distance on a journey that she probably didn't really understand.
How could she?
Same.
Because now she's just stuck raising the 3 kids on her own with did the banker bankroll her too?
I doubt it.
Because what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
That's kind of irritating.
She had told him, quote, "I always knew you'd do something crazy like this someday."
Well, at least she knew, I suppose.
I guess.
I mean, that's something.
Yeah. So many in town quietly wondered how Dave could abandon his family for a crazy scheme. It was a fair question, but Dave purposefully kind of pushed that shit from his mind.
Well, yeah, because he had bigger fish to fry or walk or whatever.
So the first leg of the trek took Dave, John, and Willie the mule across the United States. They covered 1,500 miles on foot from Minnesota to New York.
Wow.
Along the way, they slept wherever they could, strangers' homes when offered, campgrounds, or open fields. In Ohio, they actually spent a night in jail by choice because a local sheriff offered them a free cell to stay in. Perhaps just for the safety of it.
Did Willie stay in the cell with him?
No, he was outside.
So, I mean, how did they feed the mule? Did they bring food with? Like, did they bring feed for him? Or are they just like, I hope he gets enough grass here?
I didn't look into that.
Oh.
I'm assuming that they were carrying all kinds of camping gear and food.
I'm assuming the mule was.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You said they. I'm like, they didn't carry shit. Willie was burdened with such a task.
Willy Make It?
I hope so.
By late summer 1970, what?
I was just going to say, did they have to buy a plane ticket for Willie?
No.
Did he not make it?
Yes and no.
Did he have to swim?
No.
Okay. Continue, sorry.
By late summer 1970, they made it to the East Coast. On October 8th, 1970, the brothers strolled into Manhattan, leading Willie down 42nd Street.
Do they have a parade?
The New York Times snapped their photo, and that led to their first taste of global attention.
Oh, dear.
So after arriving in New York, it was time to fly across the ocean. So they paused the journey while they boarded a plane to Lisbon, Portugal. Hal Greenwood, the banker, backed this up.
So he bought the tickets.
He bought the airfare.
Okay.
Naturally, Willie the mule couldn't ride in coach, so they did make arrangements for him to stay behind.
So who took care of him?
Well, probably a generous person.
They left him at the local livery stable.
The what?
Livery?
I've never heard that term.
I'll have to make you watch old-timey movies.
The livery. So, once in Portugal,
they forgot about Willie.
Willie, the cousin, the European cousin of Willy Make It, Willy Make It 2.
Is that seriously what they call it?
Picked up right where they left off. Yes, they got an.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
They got a second mule in Portugal, and they named him Willy Make It 2.
I'm going to go with their creativity level. Shit.
So they also carried this long scroll meant to be signed by dignitaries or mayors in each town, kind of a guest book of sorts, to kind of convey their journey. They spent the winter of 1970 and 71 working their way down the Iberian Peninsula and across France.
Okay.
By early 71, they were walking along the sunny French Riviera.
Oh, fancy.
They strolled into the town of Saint-Tropez not long after Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones had gotten married there in May of 71.
Oh.
The brothers happened upon the very church where the rock star's wedding had taken place.
Which wife was that, do you think? Was that his first one? Because he's been married a few times.
That wasn't part of my research.
I didn't think it was. but it was more of a speculative guess.
So their real high society moment came when they entered Monaco.
Oh, Monaco. Yeah.
Thanks to their letters of introduction and the intrigue of their mission, Dave and John secured an audience with Princess Grace of Monaco.
Yeah, she was a famous actress.
Grace Kelly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gave up acting to be Princess Grace of
Monaco. Yes. So
I had a feeling as soon as you said Monaco, you were going to say her. So
yeah. So Princess Grace became one of those, like, I have to pinch myself, this is actually happening kind of things for them. Mm-hmm. Princess Grace greeted them with like an easy charm, and
she was that type of person. Yeah. So
glancing at the mule, she said, "Does the mule kick?" Of course, it kind of broke the ice, and the brothers laughed.
Right.
But they decided to offer Princess Grace a gift to remember them by, a polished horseshoe that Willy Make It too had worn down on the roads of France.
Okay. So did they have to change his horseshoes themselves?
Yeah, they would have to.
Oh, wow. So did they have to take farrier classes, or?
I don't know. Bradley?
Okay. Sorry. You know what a farrier is?
Someone who changes horseshoes?
Well, they take care of horse feet, basically.
Horse feet.
Yeah. So are horseshoes and mule shoes different? Continue.
The type of questions that you ask, honestly, I cannot predict them.
Isn't that the point? Keeping you on your toes.
So this was obviously an unforgettable highlight.
Sure, I can imagine.
Yeah, so Dave would later reminisce that meeting Princess Grace were definitely highlights of the entire 4-year walk.
4 years.
4 years. By late 1971, the brothers had walked clear across Western Europe and were moving into the more uncertain territory of the Middle East.
Right.
The Cold War was in full swing at this time.
Right.
And countries like Yugoslavia and Bulgaria lay beyond the Iron Curtain.
Yep.
So trekking through these regions presented kind of a new challenge.
Sure.
Not really the physical terrain, but the political climate.
Yeah, like literally getting through there with their visas, passports, and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
And in Yugoslavia and Bulgaria, Dave and John definitely felt wariness from the locals. People were reluctant to engage,
sure.
Maybe fearing that these visitors might be spies, or just simply unsure of what they should do with these, like the watchful eye of, the authoritarian regime kind of a thing.
What spies have a mule with them? Seriously.
The good ones.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is they were spies?
No.
Okay.
They seemed too scared to do much of anything.
Right.
Basically. So.
No, I get it. I mean, you have these foreigners walking through tumultuous times in their region, all that stuff. And you're like, it's common to second guess what their motives were, because they don't know these people.
No.
Whether they got wind of this thing or not, they don't understand who the fuck are these people. And they're coming through our town or whatever. So yeah, I don't blame him for being a little cautious, if you will. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So at one point, the brothers hoped to make a northern detour through the Soviet Union.
Right.
And their Senator Humphrey even tried to pull some strings and penned letters to Soviet officials to allow the American peace walkers across.
Okay.
Humphrey argued that letting 2 ordinary Americans walk through the USSR would be a great gesture of goodwill during the tense times.
Right.
But the Soviets were not about to set a precedent by opening the gates to a couple of
randos.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
However, well-intentioned.
Yeah.
The answer came back as a firm, like, nyet. So disappointed but undaunted, Dave and John stuck with plan B, which was to head south through Turkey.
Okay.
Then eastwards to Iran and Afghanistan.
Maybe they should have sent him some vodka.
Vodka.
They would have been like, oh, thank you very much. We let them through now. That's not Russian at all, but either way.
Duh. It really wasn't.
That was terrible.
So Turkey proved lively, but a little bit challenging.
How so?
So they often drew a lot of big crowds of curious onlookers. Many of them have never seen Americans before.
Okay.
Children were actually like really fascinated by them.
I'm sure because, again, they've never really seen these people before. In
one village, a group of kids would trail them for hours, eventually like getting brash enough to start tossing pebbles and stones at the brothers. Maybe they thought it was a game, but they were having to dodge rocks, essentially.
So they literally got stoned.
They got stoned.
That's terrible.
Yeah. They knew that the children meant no harm.
Of course.
But they became really known moving targets for Turkey. So winter started setting in, and of course you can't walk the seasons. So by late 1971, brutal cold and snow made progress near impossible.
Okay.
Fortunately, because of their network of well-wishers and high society
people,
dignitaries, the American embassy in Ankara, Turkey, arranged for a modest apartment where Dave and John could wait out the harsh winter in relative comfort.
Oh.
Yeah. How nice.
I guess. Feel like, fuck that.
We'll just put a pause button on it.
Let's put a pin in it.
Yeah.
We'll just hang out in Turkey for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Turkey's good.
I like turkey.
Exactly.
Can I have some in a couple weeks?
I know, right?
Thanksgiving.
So come spring of 1972, the Thalib brothers resumed their march. They crossed into Iran and across the landscape that ranged from lush plains to really arid deserts.
Where did the second Willie stay during that time?
They were probably taking care of him.
Was this in a stable somewhere?
Yeah. They were probably taking care of him.
Fair enough.
Because mule number 2 lasted a while.
I hope so. I mean, they had a long fucking way to go.
I know. Poor kid.
Poor kid.
As a goat.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought it was funny. So much I hit my microphone with my beard.
And I pulled on my cord.
Headphones,
okay.
Yeah.
So as they neared the border of Afghanistan, warnings were actually starting to catch up with them. The American embassy in Tehran warned the Kunst against camping in small off-road villages where shady characters might lurk around.
Oh,
yeah.
So, I mean, in theory, obviously they have their gear with them, but like, what do they really have that besides the gear, I guess? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's worth it. But it's not like they're walking around with bags of money.
Bags?
Bags. I'm from Wisconsin, yeah.
So I said the word scoot down a skosh when people are flipping over on my table.
Yeah.
I always make them get off the headrest first, so they scoot down.
A scotch.
And then they turn over.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't scoot down far enough onto the table, so I say scotch, go with scotch more.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, that was very scrawny of you. I was like, oh my God.
I've been here a while.
Am I Wisconsin now? Am I a scrawny?
That's not. You're still a corn husker at heart.
I am.
Sorry.
So, instead, officials suggested that they make it more onto the frontier, where there were like Iranian military outposts that would offer a little bit more security for the two brothers.
Well, that's very nice of Iran.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, geez. Olive branch, am I right?
Right. So Dave and John did take this to heart. They were seasoned now, so they were like, we have to follow these rules.
Yeah, it makes sense.
These suggestions.
Right.
So they pushed through the last stretch of Iran, and they were about to walk into Afghanistan.
Oh.
Yes. In late August 1972, the brothers crossed, officially marking the halfway point of their round-the-world odyssey.
Oh.
Afghanistan. Yeah.
There you go. So Afghanistan is halfway around the world from Minnesota?
For their what they had planned.
Oh.
It was like halfway.
All right.
Yeah. So Afghan authorities informed of their coming by those letters from the senators and the media buzz.
Sure.
And they actually greeted Dave and John with a little fanfare.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there was an official welcome at the border, and even a police escort offered to walk with them for a ways. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So at first, Afghanistan embraced them warmly. An American diplomat in Kabul, Ambassador Robert Newman, personally took an interest in the brothers. He handed them a letter with a message that managed to be a little bit more cautionary, but also admiring.
Mm-hmm.
He said, quote, "Make no mistake, you are in some danger here. All adventurers ultimately are."
Well, right.
Warning that bandits might come and kill them for the possessions or simply out of resentment.
Sure.
The letter called Afghanistan a, quote, "fascinating, difficult, and dangerous land." But it also conveyed Newman's considerable envy of their journey. So basically, be careful, and I wish I was you.
I wish I was going with you, man.
Yeah.
Well, he could have joined.
So Dave and John took the warning seriously.
I hope so.
But after 2 years, they're like, we got this.
We're seasoned vets, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
With their police escort in tow for the time being, they set out into Afghanistan's interior, determined to cross the Central Asian terrain to Pakistan on the other side. Okay. Afghanistan in 72 was really beautiful, but there was a lot of peril. The brothers marched through barren landscapes under a scorching sun.
I'm sure.
Yes. And sometimes when they would be on roads, it just looked like it just went endlessly into the horizon.
Was it the whole where it's like
mirage?
Yeah, where it looks like it's heat's coming off and all that. And
exactly.
You're like, what am I seeing down there?
Yeah. So they later reported, "We walked through vast, empty, hostile stretches. No water, no pasture for Willy, no food for us. Daytime temperatures soared to 130 degrees Fahrenheit on the asphalt, baking them alive in their boots." I would get off the road.
Yeah, I walk in the grass,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Every so often, there would be a nomadic herder called the Kuchi tribesmen. They were simply herders that were nomadic. They
move.
Yeah. And they would kind of materialize, and most were friendly, some curious, but never harmful.
Some cautious.
Yeah. They took turns keeping watch over their camp, one brother sleeping while the other listened for any approachment in the dark.
Sure.
The U.S. Embassy's warning had painted a target on their backs. Rumor had it that these foreigners might be carrying cash, donations for UNICEF.
Oh, why would they, how would those rumors start?
I have no idea.
Because clearly they weren't.
They weren't.
They weren't going across the world to collect. Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no, they were specifically asking, send it into UNICEF.
Contact UNICEF.
Mm-hmm.
They should have got one of those signs like trucks I see. Driver has no cash on them or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Should have put it on their bum.
So the brothers took time to appreciate the culture, and he even did have a bit of fun. In Kabul, they had a chance to witness Buzkashi.
Buzkashi?
Buzkashi.
Buzkashi. Okay, what is that?
An Afghan national sport that's kind of like polo.
Oh.
But instead of a ball, they played with a headless goat carcass.
Oh.
Buzkashi.
That took a dark turn.
It really did. This is not the 3%, by the way.
Where's the head? And how do you play with the carcass? I think you would play with the head more than
right?
the carcass.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wow. Okay.
Dozens of horsemen would thunder around trying to grab the goat and drag it across the goal. Dave and John watched this game in awe and later proclaimed it was the most exciting event we have seen yet.
And disturbing.
So after Kabul, my ears are starting to
Is it Kabul or Kabul?
Kabul.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's Kabul.
I'm just asking for clarification because I don't know if I'm thinking of something else because I've heard of Kabul, but I don't know if that's the same thing we're talking about.
Mm-mm.
I am not what you would call a walk around the world man. So
after Kabul, the police escort turned back.
Oh.
So the authorities believe that they had guided the brothers past the worst sections and that the road ahead to Pakistan would be relatively safer. So in mid-October 1972, Dave and John set off alone once again, wagon creaking behind their mule, and they were heading southeast towards Pakistan.
They had a wagon?
Yeah, they had a wagon. I don't know where they picked that up, but they ended up having a wagon eventually.
Oh. So, okay. They didn't ride in the wagon at all, did they?
I don't think so.
Because if they did,
that's cheating.
That's called bullshit. They already flew.
I don't think the mule could take additional 2 men.
Mules are pretty strong, though. Pack mule, they
kind
could.
Of assholes, though. See what I did there. I'm going to take a swig of my beer.
I'm going to contemplate my co-host's relationship with myself.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
So Jen wrote in his entry in his diary around that time, feeling that he had a bit of uneasiness.
He did. John did, the brother.
Okay. The possible dangers are a little scary, he admitted, but we've committed ourselves and we have to keep moving.
Well, I mean, you've gone this far. You're literally halfway around the world, or halfway through your trip, for that matter.
Yeah.
You kind of have to stick with it, even if you feel a little uneasy about it, right? I mean, seriously, you've gone this far. I mean, you're not turning back. You're probably closer to the other side now. Yeah. So
virtually everyone, diplomats, locals, other travelers, had urged them not to camp in the open or travel the more isolated stretches without protection.
Like a gun?
Yes.
Protection? Okay.
Yes. Or from like police or whatever.
Sure.
But they were stubborn. So.
They were stubborn? Is it what you said?
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't listen? Sounds like John's going to die. %.
Here's the 3%. The night of October 21st, 1972.
Oh, dear.
The brothers had set up camp off the road in a remote area of the Afghan mountains.
Yeah.
The air was cool and still.
Crisp.
Dave later described it. The moonlit silhouettes of turbaned figures emerged out of the darkness. Bandits, 5 or 6 of them, approaching silently.
Okay. So did he see them?
He saw them.
Did he warn John?
The Willy Make It too brayed uneasily, sensing the danger even before they saw them.
Sure.
Dave's heart must have leapt into his throat as they grabbed their one firearm, a pistol that they carried for signaling or emergencies. Hoping to spook the intruders, that he fired a warning shot into the air.
I was told by Nathan never to do that.
Because you know what happens to that bullet when you fired it up?
It comes down.
It comes back down.
Yeah.
The crack of the gun echoed off the rocks, and for a moment, the bandits paused and kind of disappeared back into the darkness.
I don't know. I can't do that in a bed chair. It's like Homer Simpson.
Homer
in the
Simpson.
Bush. Yep. Okay.
So they thought maybe they were in the clear. They were not.
Clearly, they were in the clear. The other guys were in the bushes.
Yeah. So a gunshot rang out from the darkness. Dave felt a shearing punch in his chest. He had been shot, the bullet tearing into him before he even heard its sound.
The shot, yeah.
Yeah. He crumpled to the ground, stunned, grasping, and in the chaos, Dave shouted for John to grab the gun and defend them. John's defense was a plea, perhaps to the bandits, perhaps to the universe. He said, quote, "This is stupid, you dummies. Please," he yelled into the night. Then came a hail of gunfire from the bandits.
And shot John down?
Bullets whizzed through their camp, Dave bleeding and dizzy. He did the only thing that he could think of. He played dead.
Sure.
He dropped flat and held his breath as the assailants closed in. One rough hand rolled him and he felt his wrist watch being yanked off.
Sure.
He lay limp, fighting the instinct to groan or move. By some miracles, the bandits didn't finish him off.
Wow.
When the attackers finally left, Dave finally dared to move. He crawled to where John lay and fumbled for a pulse. But John was still sprawled on the rocky ground. The kid brother who jumped at the idea of this wild walk, who had joked and grumbled and persevered, was now gone. I want to cry for John, but it's too late, Dave would write later. More alone than I have ever been in my life. Grief would have to wait, though survival mode kicked in. With a bullet in his own chest, Dave somehow summoned the will to carry on. He stumbled back towards the road and collapsed, hoping that someone would find him.
Yeah.
At least one or two passing caravans did come along in the dark hours, but seeing the carnage and fearing for an ambush, they didn't stop.
Which I totally get.
Yeah. At this time, their mule Willy was also dying, not from a bullet wound or anything, just from work. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So near dawn, a Land Rover full of Afghan soldiers drove by.
Okay.
They did stop, and the soldiers cautiously approached and were astonished to find that Dave was still alive.
Okay.
They lifted him into the Land Rover, and after a bit of jostling around the rocky trails, they did get him into a hospital in Kabul.
Wow.
Dave's injuries turned out to be serious, but miraculously not fatal. The bullet had passed through his chest, nicking a lung, but missing his heart and spine.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. For a second time in one night, Dave Kunst has cheated death. And while Dave recovered in the clinic, the terrible news was relayed back home. John's body was flown to Minnesota, where he was laid to rest in Wasika.
Well, at least they got his body home.
Yes.
And didn't randomly bury it in fucking Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So lying in the hospital bed, bandaged and broken, Dave did not see the end of his dream. It was only a detour. The walk around the world has cost him dearly, but in Dave's mind, stopping now would render this cost now meaningless. So after a few weeks, he was stable enough to fly home to Minnesota to recuperate fully. So he was able to attend the funeral.
Well, that's nice.
Yes.
Jesus.
Their friend and supporter, Hubert Humphrey, came in person to attend John's funeral, paying his respects. Princess Grace, upon hearing of the tragedy, wrote a personal letter to Dave.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yes. Amid the comforts of home, though, Dave's physical wounds slowly healed, but the empty space where John should have been was kind of a constant ache for him.
Well, he can't replace your brother.
Yeah, and he was racked with grief and guilt and anger. And part of him even wondered, do I even continue this? But Dave also remembered what his promise was and what his purpose was. Now, before they had left Wasika the first time, their older brother, Pete, had made a vow. If something happened to either Dave or John,
he would replace.
Pete would step in so that two Kunst brothers could finish what two had started.
So Pete's coming along.
Mm-hmm. As the winter of 1972-73 set in, Dave grew restless at home. He wanted to get going again.
Yeah, because God forbid he spends time with his family. Seriously, what the fuck?
Barely 4 months after nearly dying on that mountain, Dave announced that he would continue the walk. True to his word, brother Pete Kunst stepped forward to join him.
You said this is the oldest brother?
Mm-hmm.
So John was the youngest, Pete's the oldest?
Yep, and Dave
that
we started with, he's the middle.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you said Dave was 30, 31?
30 when we started.
And John was 23.
I don't know how old Pete was.
You don't? Okay. I was just curious.
Pete was older than John, married with kids of his own, and he already kind of wanted this journey with them. So,
yeah, he's like, I want to abandon my family.
Yeah. So he couldn't let Dave go alone, and maybe deep down he wanted to do this for John as well. Maybe. So in March of 1973, Dave and Pete flew back to Afghanistan and resumed the walk at the very spot
they were shot
that John had fallen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Do they put a little cross there like people do when the car crashes and stuff?
I don't know.
Should have.
Afghan officials welcomed Dave and Pete and arranged a little bit of a ceremony.
That's nice.
In Kabul, they were given support to reach the site of the ambush.
Okay.
Afghan authorities informed them that several of the bandits responsible had been caught.
Oh, really?
While they were stateside.
Well, that's nice, at least.
But there were a few ringleaders that had escaped into the wilds of Pakistan.
Of course. Yeah. That's not surprising.
So, crossing into Pakistan via the Khyber Pass, which is just a mountain pass.
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
I have too.
Yeah.
The brothers were given an armed escort.
Oh, nice.
The lesson of the Afghan ambush was not lost in anyone, and it was kind of a courtesy of the tragedy that they did.
Sure. They're like, hey, you guys suffered some shit.
Yeah.
We'll help you out a little bit. Yeah.
So Pakistan's soldiers made sure the Americans and a new mule got through the lawless tribal area safely.
Willy Make It 3?
They actually didn't say what the name was.
For the third one?
Yeah, I even looked it up and it wasn't. Yeah.
That's tragic. I feel like the story could be so much better with the third
name. Stop it. So Dave and Pete descended into the plains of the Indian subcontinent.
Okay.
Their hopes was to continue eastward, perhaps even through China to reach the Pacific.
Oh, okay.
So Dean was keen on a shortcut. If they could swing north through China, they might save over 1,000 miles of walking. But,
that's a lot of miles. Holy fuck.
But China in 1973 was still politically isolated.
Right.
And they were not keen on hosting two American pedestrians.
Of course not.
So Senator Humphrey tried appealing to higher powers for help again, even nudging National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger to intervene.
Oh, good old Kissinger. Nice.
Kissinger responded with polite skepticism.
Sure. Why? He's like, why do I need to fucking worry about this?
Yeah. So he called the brothers' story fascinating, but doubting that he could persuade Beijing to let in these independent American boys on a whim.
And I don't blame him because it's like, I get what they're doing. They're trying to do something cool.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say, raise money for UNICEF, so on. But it's like, you literally know where they're going.
Yeah.
I don't have that much pull.
He did caution that trying to do so might raise more suspicions than it was worth.
Okay.
So the door to China was firmly closed and Dave and Pete would have to find another way around the world.
There's actually a door into China?
Yeah. It's
fucking
red.
Wild.
It's red and massive. Like so big.
Does it have stars on it? Anyways.
So southward they went through the plains of India. If Afghanistan had been empty and threatening, India was crowded, chaotic, and alive.
Well, they do have a lot of people.
They have a lot of people.
And even back in the 70s, I'm sure still a lot of people.
So by summer 1973, they were trudging through these monsoon-soaked roads. They were like mud slicks.
Sure.
The air was thick and steamy. There was downpours all the time.
Is there a lot of mosquitoes?
Oh, I'm sure.
Poverty
was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes. People everywhere, and that made their progress so slow and difficult.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Dave said, quote, people, we just could not get away from people.
Oh.
It was a sensory overload. A 900-mile walk from New Delhi to Calcutta was with scarcely a quiet moment to themselves.
God, that had to have been kind of frustrating, to be honest.
I can't do that many people.
I have a hard time being in a room with you. I'm just kidding. I jokes. No, I know that's a lot of fucking people to deal with, though. Like constant fucking people. So no, I totally get it. With what I do, I work very early, so early on in my day, less people.
Not a lot of people.
A little bit late, like towards the end of the day. A little more people.
Yeah.
And I've like, I don't want to say befriended, but maybe there's certain people I talk to at certain accounts all the time. They're great people. But like, I chose to.
Yeah.
I didn't have to.
Yeah.
When you have this many people around you that they're going through, that's a lot of people. Just like blinders on.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
It was during this stretch that Pete fell seriously ill. with a severe kidney infection.
Oh, fuck.
For days or weeks, Pete was too weak to walk. Perhaps
Pete was too weak?
Pete was too weak, and he went to a rural clinic and he tried to recover.
Okay.
Dave continued on.
Seems like a dick move, Dave.
He walked and guarded their camping gear and did all the things. Yeah. One night, a robber actually tried to make off with something, but Dave managed to save everything.
Dave's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, not again. Not on my watch.
Not today, Satan.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Am I right?
Am I right? So by the time Pete regained his strength, he went by train to where Dave was. Mm-hmm.
Fucking Pete on the train.
Well, Dave is the one that wanted to walk. So
yeah, well, he should have fucking waited.
So the original plan had been to continue on foot through Burma and down into Southeast Asia.
Burma, where's Burma? I've heard of Burma.
Myanmar. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Burma is.
Okay.
Yeah. But like the Chinese, the Burmese authorities gave a flat no.
Like, yeah, fuck off, dude.
Yeah, no outsiders. So the overland route to East Asia was effectively blocked on all sides by politics and conflict. And
douchiness.
And Vietnam was war-torn. China and Burma were off limits. And Central Asia was inaccessible.
That sounds like a great area to go.
Dave and Pete found themselves stuck in Calcutta. They had walked thousands of miles eastward from where they started, and to keep the spirit of circumnavigation, they needed to cover a roughly equivalent distance across the rest of the globe.
Oh, to make the journey proper in terms of miles?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Gotcha,
so where did they go? They flew to Australia.
Fucking planes, man. They should have walked there.
Yeah.
I mean,
ocean walkers.
JC,
totally.
Right? Ocean walkers.
So Australia offered vast landmass to cover, and it was logistically simpler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Australia welcomed them, and walking across it would account for a huge chunk of the east-west distance.
Do you think when they landed, like, "G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
Put another shrimp on the..." No, that's such a dumb line. Put
a shrimp on the Barbie.
I was just listening to a podcast with Russell Crowe as the guest. I love Russell Crowe. He's had some issues in his personal life in terms of being a little kind of douchey, but he's a really good dude, actually. And I was listening to him, so I'm like, when he was 31, I think he said, so in 93, 96, I think it was, he bought 100 acres out, as they call it in Australia, the bush, like the outskirts, whatever, or interior. I don't fucking know. The bush. I've heard of that term. I don't know exactly. It's
probably the desolate interior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also, so over time though, I think he said he's got up to like 1,700 acres. So he's got it's a big farm, plantation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I'm like, I want to go hang out with Russell Crowe on his farm.
On his bush? In the bush?
Helmet in the bush.
Helmet?
That's a song by Korn.
Oh.
It's never mind. I'll tell you later.
In late 1973, Dave and Pete took a flight from South Asia to Perth, Australia.
Perth, yep.
Now, Perth is the west southernmost city, basically, of the continent.
So is Sydney on the other side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So they're going from
west to east.
Yes. Yes, west-east. Yeah. Yes. So Perth was laid back, sun-soaked. They spoke English.
Which had to be a fucking relief, right? Because, I mean, you're going through Afghanistan and Pakistan and all these other stands. Like, what now?
Yeah. Come again?
Yeah. Could you repeat that a little slower? Whereas getting to Australia is like, hey, man, how's it going? Don't let the dingo eat your baby. I can't do an Australian accent either. Obviously. But it's like, man, that had to be a fucking relief that you could communicate with the people that you come across, because I'm sure they came across people. So, damn. They didn't get bit by a spider, did they?
No.
Oh, thank God. You tired?
I did have just a little yawn, yeah.
My gosh.
Okay. So before they set off into the Outback, they took a little time in the city. Okay.
I have a problem with that.
Tell me why.
Because fuck them. Keep going.
They have time.
They have kids at home too. But they don't care. Fucking move, dude. They don't have time.
During December of 1973, there was a get-together in Perth. And Dave met...
That spilled everywhere.
I know. I don't get it.
I'm not sure why. Dave met who?
Dave met a young Australian school teacher.
Oh, Jesus
named
Christ.
Jenny Samuel.
Oh, Dave.
They were at a party, probably like a social gathering that a friend brings a friend, you know. And Jenny walks in. She's tan. And these Americans are there. She's picking up conversation with them. Jenny, as she later puts it, says totally fascinated by Dave and his walk.
I'm sure.
He literally walked into her life.
I mean, that's what he was doing, except for when he flew.
They hit it off as friends and spent that evening talking about his travels. Dave was still technically married to Jan back home.
I'm guessing that's not going to happen for much longer.
The strain of the years did put a damper on things.
I wonder why, because he just abandoned his fucking family.
I know. So...
I really don't like Dave.
Here in Perth was someone who seemed to get what he was doing, who leaned in eagerly as he kind of recounted the deserts and the bandits and the princesses. And
you know who probably also would have got that? His fucking wife, if he talked to her.
He and Jenny exchange addresses as like a little lifeline. But
ooh, pen pals.
Exactly. So Dave and Pete begin the new year, 1974, by tackling the Australian Outback. So if they thought Afghanistan had empty stretches, Australia was like, hold my beer. Hold my Fosters.
Literally, Fosters, Australian for beer, brewed in Canada and then in Texas. I used to sell Fosters, and yes, it originated in fucking Australia. I get that, but
oh, okay, at least that.
Oh my God,
hold my Fosters.
They have I think they were 32-ounce cans. They were the oil cans, they call them. So they were pretty thick, short, thick cans. But I want to say they were 32 ounces. It's been a minute.
Australian for beer.
Then they had the Fosters. It was the blue can, which is the regular one, and then they had the green can, which was the extra bitters, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a couple of years since I've sold beer, but fuck that.
So for weeks and weeks, they would cross endless desert, dirt.
Yeah, because isn't like the interior of Australia pretty deserty, right?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Okay.
They would go days without seeing another soul. Their daily log of sleeping spots read like this: middle of nowhere, open country, absolutely nowhere, in the vast wide open.
Did they have a compass?
I don't know.
Because how would they know if they're still on track?
We're going to say yes.
I feel like that's not
for me to say.
Yeah, because we don't fucking know, so we shouldn't just say yes.
We say yes.
You would assume that they did.
Yes.
But we don't know.
We don't know.
All right, continue.
So, there were no curious villagers, no...
Well, because there's no villages.
No markets,
right.
Just the occasional rancher or roadhouse, kangaroos bouncing in the distance, and a sky that seemed to stretch on just for fucking
They're like,
ever.
Hey, look, it's a Joey.
The sun could fry an egg on a piece of rock.
Well, at least they know where to cook their...
But then you could see like the Milky Way at night. Like it was just so clear.
Oh, I'm sure all the stars you could fucking see. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Out there, no, what do they call it? Light pollution, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just completely just free of that.
Free of that.
Could you imagine? Like, even like you live in an area that's not terribly populated. Same with me where I live. But you still get some light pollution.
Oh, for sure.
Could you imagine being literally in the middle of fucking nowhere, Australia, and just like sky?
Yeah.
How beautiful would that be?
Not a tree in sight, mate.
That was better.
Thank you.
I'm not good at accents.
So it was beautiful, but it was lonely.
Sure. But they had a mule.
Pete was starting to miss the comforts of home.
I don't know. Maybe his family too. Dave's like,
that's home. Yes.
I'm going to divorce my wife.
So about halfway across Australia, they neared the town of Alice Springs in the central desert. And I did look up Alice Springs. There's a Kmart there. So there's some civilization.
I thought they went out of business. I'm just kidding. This is 70s. I get it. I was joking.
Well, I looked at the map today and there was a Kmart. So
still?
Maybe I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe they're just using the name. I don't know. But
anyways.
But it's like the size of Manitowoc. It's like 30,000 people. Like it's not a big place, but it's literally in the middle
of Australia. And what was the name of the town again? Sorry.
Alice Springs, like the name Alice.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check that out.
But here, Pete Kunst reached his breaking point. It was March.
Pete.
It was March of 1974. And
isn't that kind of funny? It was March. That's what they're doing.
What's the March of the Ants? Is it March of the Ants?
I like the Imperial March.
Dun, dun, dun,
don't sing it. We don't have rights to it.
La, 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 la.
I don't need no suing from Disney.
Okay. March 1974, Pete had been away from his own wife and kids for a year. The call of duty that brought him here was now kind of answered. He had helped Dave get back on his feet and far along the path. Mm-hmm. Pete had walked further than he wanted to.
Oh.
Yeah. And so Pete told his brother that he would be heading home. So he caught a plane.
I got to go.
Yeah. So he caught a plane in Alice Springs and went back to the United States.
Oh, so did he have to fly to Sydney first or something? Probably. I mean, because I can't imagine they had big planes flying in and out of Alice Springs.
Little tiny Alice Springs.
Yeah, you got a puddle jumper that can get me to Sydney?
Exactly right. Okay.
Puddle jumper.
Ooh, my bad.
Wow.
My bad.
That was fucking excellent.
So, Dave was now truly alone.
Well, he had Willy Make It 3.
Dave still had a long road ahead to Sydney on the eastern coast.
Yeah.
He did still have his mule.
Yep.
Which they acquired in Perth.
Yep.
In keeping with tradition, this mule bore the whimsical name, Willy Make It.
Oh, so this is the fourth one.
Willy.
Right? Because they had the other one when they got back to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Right?
It might have been, no, because that one died.
No, the second one died. The Willy Make It 2 died because he was dying from overwork. He went back to recover. He came back and then they had another one, yes? And you said he didn't have a name?
Yeah.
So this is the fourth one.
I know there's another one after that, and my research only said that there were 4.
Let's carry on.
So his mule, the Australian mule, Willy Make It, surprisingly actually died on the trip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he eat him?
No.
Thank God.
Dave gave him the best care he could, but it was rough traveling. The mule just reached its limit and died right there on the road. Dave did his best he could and buried him and left a marker.
Oh. Is it still there today, you think?
I don't know.
It was just not part of your research, just your speculation.
It's still there.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody goes there.
I'm going to go there.
So now he had to haul all of his gear and supplies and the wagon that the mule had been pulling.
He should have captured a kangaroo.
Now you're thinking.
Yeah. Good day, mate.
So, alone in the Australian sun, Dave rigged up a harness and began dragging his own wagon.
Fucking hell.
It was grueling work.
Yeah.
Which is why the mule died.
Well, clearly.
Because it was grueling. He was in the middle of nowhere. Quitting or even pausing too long could mean dehydration or worse.
Death.
He needed a miracle or a ride.
So he called
Jenny.
He
called Jenny.
So I thought he only had her address. So he had her number?
He must have had her number.
Interesting.
So she had a car. She'd offered to help if he needed anything.
Of course, because they were in love.
With a bit of luck and a passing motorist, he reached a telephone and Dave managed to get a message to Jenny. Jenny, how would she like a little bit of a road trip?
Oh, Jesus. Please tell me he walked.
He walked. She pulled the wagon with her car.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, do you think I can stick my head in there for some of that AC?
Jenny didn't hesitate.
They probably didn't even have AC back then in those cars, but anyways. So.
She drove hours out into the bush until she found Dave trudging and straining with his wagon. And just like that, Jenny became part of the adventure. Dave walked and Jenny drove slowly beside him with hazard lights on, just in case for those Roman kangaroos. And the little wagon was hitched to her car. So they chatted as the miles rolled by.
Did she bring extra gas?
I hope so.
Because I feel like she would run out of it if she's slowly. He's walking. She's driving.
3 miles an hour.
Slow. Next gas station isn't for 123 miles. I am almost empty.
So they had that chance to blossom their friendship, essentially. And by the time...
don't call it a friendship. We all know where this is going. By the time
they reached Sydney, he was smitten. So
he was spitting.
He was spitting. Yes. In July of 1974,
he sent divorce papers.
4 full years after leaving Waseca.
Yeah, but he was back for a little bit.
He was.
I mean, that's kind of...
Dave stepped into Sydney, thus completing his on-foot crossing of Australia. He parted with Jenny with a heartfelt goodbye and promised that he'd be back. He got a flight from Sydney to Los Angeles. And from LA, he pointed himself east and started walking yet again.
He literally forced himself to point east?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Keep going.
California's Mojave Desert tried to bake him. Nevada's emptiness tried to break him, and the Rockies challenged his legs and his lungs.
He actually crossed the Rockies? Holy shit.
He acquired one more mule in California.
I feel like this guy's a mule murderer.
His name was Willy Make It.
I hate Dave.
Yes. So perhaps spooked by the harsh conditions or simply just being stubborn, the mule refused to walk somewhere in the California desert. So he left the mule. He was like, this mule isn't budging anymore. Go live a happy life in the pasture over there. I'm going to keep walking.
Bet that mule died because he was just stranded.
By late summer 1974, Dave was cutting through the Great Plains, heading home.
Okay.
The media, which had been intermittently covering his journey, ramped up the attention as he was nearing his finish line. Small town newspapers ran stories on the Earthwalker passing through, and local reporters would hike alongside him for a few miles to grab an interview. And for the most part, the press coverage was positive, painted Dave as heroic, kind of a quirky do-gooder, raising money for charity, da-da-da-da. But
having a dalliance.
As he trudged through Nebraska.
Hey!
In September of 1974, mere weeks from completing his quest, something in him snapped.
Like a bone?
Dave got to talking candidly with a reporter from the Omaha World Herald.
Do you know of that
paper?
Paper?
Yes, it is still in effect. And fun fact, I was on the cover of it once with my mom and my sister. I was below the fold.
Let's see. Did it say wanted?
Shut up. The 3 of us were below the fold. We were taking a sign language class, and the teacher was...
A sign language class?
Sign language class.
There it is.
And the teacher looked like Sigourney Weaver. Like with really short hair, like Copycat short hair.
What's Copycat?
Copycat is a movie
I don't know.
Sigourney Weaver was in. Okay.
I don't know that movie.
Okay. Well, she had really short hair. And she looked just like Sigourney Weaver. Anyway, she was top of the fold. My mom, my sister, and I were bottom of the fold.
So what was the purpose of this article?
Just to raise awareness that sign language classes were happening.
That they existed?
Pretty much. I didn't read it. I was young.
Maybe if it was signed to you, you could have understood it.
I remember going into church that Sunday and people coming up with me with their papers and be like, "Can I have an autograph?"
You're like, I don't even know how to read.
Shut up. Okay. So, under the scorching sun, endless cornfields, visits Nebraska.
Let's hear what he said.
He vented 4 years of pent up just emotion and opinion. He said, quote, "I was tired of Waseca, tired of my job, tired of a lot of little people who don't want to think, and tired of my wife.
What a dick.
The walk was a perfect way to change all that. I just walked out of town."
This dude's a fucking piece of shit.
It was, yeah.
Fucking man up, you a-hole.
Yeah. It was a dose of honesty I don't think he was expecting to do, but Dave basically said, "I did this because I was fed up with my boring life and my failing marriage, and I bailed."
Well, sounds like Dave's a piece of shit.
So, of course, those words were printed on September 22nd, and boy, did it set off some fireworks back home.
You don't say. Do you think he sent that paper to Jenny?
I don't know.
Shit.
So, suddenly, Dave's journey wasn't so tidy.
No, it kind of put a black stain on it because he was a piece of shit.
Back home, some of those people who had supported him felt betrayed or at least affronted. Now he's calling them like little people he didn't want to think about.
I mean, at least he wasn't referring to his kids, was he? They're people.
A local Minnesotan,
I think.
He fumed in a letter to the editor saying, "I think Kunst is going through his adolescence a bit late," capturing the sentiment of many who read Dave's outburst as immature, self-centered rant.
Yeah, it was very self-centered. It was all about him fucking self.
And of course, the criticism hit Dave like a gut punch, but he kept walking home. So, 3 days later, another journalist met up with Dave to let him respond to the kerfluffle that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Dave didn't exactly apologize. Being honest was kind of his whole shtick now, apparently, but he did clarify. He said his comments had been sensationalized.
No, fuck you, Dave.
What he meant, he explained, was that he was done pretending to be some storybook hero. "I just hate playing games when it comes to who I am or what I am."
Storybook hero of what?
Yes, he could have sugarcoated everything, acted like a knight or somebody out of a fairy tale, but as Dave put it, that's dishonest.
No, you could have just not been an asshole.
Yeah. He wasn't going to stand on ceremony about world peace and personal growth.
Was he going to walk on it?
It was a bit risky telling the truth, but it also earned Dave a few nods of respect from those who value authenticity. One Minneapolis reader wrote in Dave's defense saying, quote, "At least he's honest. He's not a politician trying to charm us."
Do you think he wouldn't have said some of that if he didn't meet Jenny?
I don't know. Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
By early October 1974, Dave was on the final approach to Waseca, Minnesota.
Final approach. It's like he's landing in a fucking plane, which he took, so he didn't walk the full earth. Anyways.
4 years of sun and wind had leathered his skin. He'd walked through 21 pairs of shoes.
I was going to ask that, actually. He had to have a lot of fucking shoes.
Every step from here on was over ground he had once walked before, heading out and now trying to kind of retrace his steps coming home. October 5th, 1974, a crowd of thousands of well-wishers gathered on the outskirts of Waseca.
Mm-hmm.
Despite mixed feelings, most everyone could appreciate the magnitude of what Dave had accomplished. They lined the streets, craning for first glimpse of the wanderer. They weren't disappointed as Dave strolled into view right on schedule. Big beard, tattered clothes, swagger, whatever. And he wasn't walking alone.
Jenny showed up?
His brother, Pete, flew out to meet him and walked the last stretch at his side.
Where did he meet him?
I didn't look it up. Remember
Cool.
Remember Rick, the other movie theater projection guy, his friend?
Yes.
He was there. He flew in from California with his wife to join the final miles. It was when they finally reached the center of Wasika, the crowd ended up erupting in applause and in cheers. The church bells rang. It was basically a small town American's version of a little tiny parade. Super touching. Yet, amongst the celebration, there were a few notable absences.
His wife and kids.
Hal Greenwood, the baker who bankrolled him, chose not to attend.
Because he's a dick. Not Hal.
Yeah.
Dave.
Perhaps because he was miffed at Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, wait, what?
Mayor Swanson, who also gave that send-off speech in 1970, kept a deliberate distance.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave's wife, Jan Kunst.
The kids show up?
The kids did show up. Mm-hmm.
He probably didn't recognize them because they were fucking older.
Yeah, Jan had held down the fort during Dave's 4-year walk, working to support their 3 children as a single mom. The marriage had not survived. That was clear.
Clearly, yes. You knew that was going to be a big part of it, even before he ranted about his not wanting to be with his wife.
Yeah, exactly. So Dave's children were there. They were witnessing their father's triumphant return with probably some mixed feelings, pride, bewilderment, maybe a little bit of resentment for lost time. We don't know.
And be like, who are you?
Yeah, exactly. Dave stepped up to the makeshift stage in the town square, and the crowd hushed in anticipation. Pete stood there right by his side. Dave made sure everyone remembered the fuller story beyond just what one man's feat was. 2 Kunst brothers started this trip, and 2 Kunst brothers finished it.
Yeah, I mean, technically.
Of course, Dave acknowledged the brother who wasn't there, John, and the brother who took his place, Pete. Pete openly wept as the crowd cheered his tribute. And then in the aftermath of that day, Dave Kunst's name was entered into the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, thank God.
Recognizing him as the first person recorded to have walked around the world.
Okay. Dave
didn't slide back into normal life, really. He never really returned to Wasika.
No, of course not. He didn't want to be there because he wanted to abandon his family.
Yeah. So in 1977, a reporter tracked him down and found him in Southern California.
Huh.
Dave was living a humble life down there. He was a caretaker of an apartment building, and he was a newspaper delivery person on
the side.
On the side. Yeah.
Okay.
Fairly anticlimactic, but he was in California with
Jenny. Of course.
Yes. Dave had divorced Jan, and over the years, Dave and Jenny would visit every U.S. state, road trip around Europe, never letting that exploration kind of die out of them.
Yeah.
Dave would write a book about the walk called The Man Who Walked Around the World, published in 1979 with the help of a co-writer.
It's a good year.
Mm-hmm. I know. Dave himself, now in his 80s, reflects on it with a perspective that only time can really give. He knows people saw contradictions in what he did.
Yeah.
Running away from responsibilities while preaching about world peace, raising money for children abroad while leaving his own home.
Not even his own home, his own fucking children. Mm-hmm. So let's help these other children, but fuck you guys. You're my blood. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, that's piece of shit.
He's aware that he was a
dick.
He was not a flawless hero, and he's okay with that.
He's not a hero. He's not a flawless hero. He's just flawless.
Dave's story was real. It was messy. It was human. It wasn't a fairy tale. And he often said, life is short and the world is wide. How fast time flies when you're healthy and having fun.
So did he not, he just completely abandoned his kids?
I don't know if they still have a relationship.
I would imagine they still don't.
I don't know. So he worn out 21 pairs of shoes.
Good.
He used 4, maybe 5 mules. I don't know.
Sounds like 5.
He walked around 14,450 miles.
Okay.
He lost approximately 30 pounds.
Grew a beard.
He visited about 13 countries: USA, Portugal, Spain, France, Monaco, Italy, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Turkey, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Australia.
Can you really say, can you include USA in there? Because he's from there. He didn't visit there.
He was on the road from June of 1970 to October 1974. UNICEF donations raised $2,000.
That's it? He's even more of a piece of shit.
In today's money, it's about $16,000.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Bullet wound survived, 1.
Check.
Brothers lost, 1. Relationships formed, 1.
Relationships lost,
1. Countries denied entry, 2. USSR and China.
Yep.
Anyway, that's the story of Dave Kunst and his walk around the world.
It's amazing how something like this can be tainted by a douche.
I know.
What a fucktard. Seriously. I mean,
I didn't think that was going to piss you off so much. I mean, it pissed me off the first time I read it. I was like, really, dude?
So, like, he, from what you have said, and this might just be my perception of it, so this is Bradley talking, no one else, not you, not Dave or anybody. He ran away from his life and his responsibilities. That's what he did. But he tried to sell it like, look at me go across the world. Cool, huh? No, you're an a-hole for leaving your fucking kids and your wife. I understand people get divorced. I've been divorced. It sucked. I get it.
But you got kids, man.
I do now. Luckily, not with her.
Dave, I meant.
Oh, yeah. Dave had kids. He had a responsibility to those fucking kids. But he looked at his wife and the kids the same and be like, wait, no. Jenny. Do you think he named a boat after her? A shrimping boat? Anyways.
No, if they had a kid, I bet they named him Willy.
Fucking, he's just a serial murderer of donkeys. Mules, whatever. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it as a dad, you know?
For sure.
I love my kids more than anything in this world.
Right.
And I could never, like, could I do something sensational? Yes. But do you know who'd always be on my mind? My kids. Could I leave my kids for 4 years to walk around the world? No, I couldn't do that. You know why? Because I love my kids. He did not.
Well,
fuck Dave, suppose. All right, buffoons. That's it for today's episode.
Buckle up because we've got another historical adventure waiting for you next time. Feeling hungry for more buffoonery? Or maybe you have a burning question or a wild historical theory for us to explore?
Hit us up on social media. We're History Buffoons Podcast on YouTube, X, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also email us at historybuffoonspodcast@gmail.com. We are Bradley and Kate. Music by Corey Akers.
Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and turn those notifications on to stay in the loop.
Until next time, stay curious and don't forget to rate and review us.
Remember, the buffoonery never stops.